One of the most shocking and surprising scenes in Harry Potter is Dumbledore's death. I'm one of the many people who have watched the movies first and then read the books. So while watching the movies, I always hated Snape, who was just a cruel, bad and mean teacher, always ruining the moment by taking off points from students every now and then, giving Slytherin house advantage over every other house and so much more. But while watching the movies, I always had doubts about Snape, always wondering if he's a dark character with no light inside. Is he completely evil or maybe not? Because Snape did some things that almost changed my mind about him, yet still I had doubts. Here comes the Half-Blood Prince. During this scene, and especially when Snape arrived, my heart started beating so fast. Finally I'm gonna have an answer to my question after all these movies. Is Snape the real villain? Is he a good person? But when Snape shouted out,
Avada Kedavra,
I almost got a heart attack. All my theories were wrong. Snape is an evil person with no sign of good inside him. He's a betrayal, and of course a coward, as Harry called him.
Fight back! You coward, fight back!
That was until the Deathly Hallows Part 2 movie, where we found out we've always been wrong. At the moment of Severus' terrible death, we didn't truly know him. He was Dumbledore's killer and the man Harry hated, and who by all accounts had hated him since he first set foot in Hogwarts. But then we were plunged into the Pensieve, and we learned the truth. It's so shocking and sad. Everything we thought we knew changed. Severus placed himself in constant danger for the woman he always loved. Learning the truth about Snape brought acceptance of him as a loyal, devoted man, and probably one of the bravest characters. And from that moment on, Snape became my favorite character in Harry Potter. I liked how he fooled us all by showing us his full dark side. In today's video, we'll be discussing Dumbledore's death. What if Snape didn't kill Dumbledore? What would have changed in the story? So let's get into it. We'll be discussing how the fate of the three characters would change in the theory. Starting with Snape, what would happen to Snape if he didn't kill Dumbledore? Now back in the beginning of the movie, during the chapter Spinner's End, Bellatrix and Narcissa visited Snape at his home. The visit was because of Narcissa's concern about her son Draco's mission, so she swore Snape to an unbreakable vow, not only to protect Draco and help him complete his task, but also to have him finish the task himself if Draco failed.
And if Draco should fail, will you yourself carry out the deed the Dark Lord has ordered Draco to perform?
I will.
So we later know from Ron what happens if someone breaks the unbreakable vow.
What happens if you break an unbreakable vow? You die.
So if Snape didn't kill Dumbledore and Draco didn't as well, Snape will automatically get killed by the unbreakable vow. Snape is dead means everything changed in the story. Harry would never know about the 7th Horcrux himself. He wouldn't even be able to find the Sword of Gryffindor to destroy Horcruxes without Snape. It's hard to mention everything, but without Snape, it's all gonna be different and difficult. Harry would never be able to destroy Voldemort, and if you ask me, Voldemort would have won the Second Wizarding War. Our first character is dead now. We move to Dumbledore. What would happen if Snape didn't kill him? When Dumbledore found the Gaunt Ring during his Horcruxes search, he recognized it immediately as the Resurrection Stone. Dumbledore put the ring on. This enacted the ring's deadly curse, and it began to quickly spread through his body. The curse gave Dumbledore's hand a black look. Snape managed to stop the curse in his right hand, but warned him that he had only a year to live. Only then Dumbledore asked Snape that when the time came, he has to be the one to end his life.
You must be the one to kill me, Severus. It is the only way.
In conclusion, if Snape didn't kill Dumbledore, he would die maybe weeks later by his hand curse. Our second character would also be dead. Moving now to Draco Malfoy. What would happen if Snape didn't kill Dumbledore? Voldemort assigned Draco with the task of murdering Dumbledore, with the intention of punishing his father Lucius Malfoy for his failure at the Department of Mysteries. Voldemort expected Draco to fail, so that he could get rid of him, his father, probably all the Malfoys, so the safety of his family rested on Draco's success with his mission. As for Draco, he started looking unwell, even paler than normal. Clearly he wasn't sleeping. Harry overheard him crying in the bathroom when it all got too much for him. He was in too deep depression. and there was nothing that he could do. Then when it came to the murder itself, he couldn't do it. So if Snape didn't kill Dumbledore, Draco would have been killed by Voldemort straight up. Voldemort had enough of the Malfoys failing to finish his missions, so the easy scenario to assume is that Draco would be killed by Voldemort afterwards. And here our third character got killed as well. One major difference would happen if Voldemort murdered Draco after failing his task. Draco disarmed Dumbledore, which made him the owner of the Elder Wand. Harry battled and defeated Draco in a Malfoy manner, making Harry the new master of the wand. Voldemort mistakenly killed Snape, believing he was the master of the wand, which was a mistake, as I just mentioned. Now if we follow my theory, Snape would be dead by the unbreakable vow. Voldemort wouldn't have assumed that he was the master since he's dead. Knowing that Voldemort already murdered Draco for failing his task, Draco and Harry wouldn't have met in Malfoy manner to battle, which means Voldemort murdered the real master of the Elder Wand, making him the new owner of the wand. So in Deathly Hallows, the wand can't backfire on him, and Harry would die for real. So the death of Snape and Draco would ensure Voldemort to kill Harry and win the Battle of Hogwarts and the Wizarding War itself. There is also one last theory. What if Snape didn't kill Dumbledore, but Draco did? Pretty much not a lot of things would have changed. Snape would be still alive. Dumbledore would be dead anyway. Voldemort would be proud of Draco for killing the Headmaster. The story would go on the same, except one thing. When Voldemort would realize that the wand is not obeying him, he would go after Draco and not Snape, and he would eventually murder him like he did with Snape. So Draco not killing Dumbledore saved him from not getting killed himself. That was all for today's theory. I really hope you like it. Please add anything about it or your ideas in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.